Hi, it's Chris Bottrell here from Chris Bottrell Photography, and in this episode we're going to be looking at this, the Hollyland Mars 400S. This is a HDMI and SDI wireless transmission system, up to 400 feet. It's probably where the 400S comes from. But first of all, before I start, I just want to say a big thank you to Daniel from Hollyland who sent me this to try out. Not only did he send me the units to try, he also sent me a package of face masks from their base in Hong Kong. Obviously, you know, coronavirus is rife everywhere at the moment, so thank you ever so much to Daniel for sending them out to me. He shipped them over, UPS, took 2 days, absolutely spot on, so thank you, Daniel, thank you ever so much, my man. What would we do without kind people like you, hey? So this review today is all about these. Now, these are as I said before, the Hollyland 400S. They're a HDMI and SDI transmission system. Fairly low latency, as I'll demonstrate later on. Range of up to about 400 feet, but when I tested them a few days ago out in the open, I actually got slightly more than that. I got around about 450 feet. The latency is fairly low. There are ones out on the market that are a lot quicker, but you pay handsomely for it. These retail in the UK, I think, around about £500. And in the box you get the 2 receivers, you get the aerials, you even get some spare aerials as well. You get a little box of goodies with them as well. You get a mains adapter if you want to run it off the mains. You get a hot shoe, so you can like stick it on the side of your monitor. And as I say, in the box you get a couple of spare antennas, which is ideal. But one of the really great things that I like about these is the powering options. I mean, they take the if I can pull this one off. They take the Sony batteries, I remember what these are called now. NPF batteries, as you know, you can get them in all different sizes, and they're really cheap. You can buy a large one like this for about £10 in the UK, and that will power one of these for a good day shooting. So let's go over some of the features that you've got with these units. I mean, the thing that I really liked about them when I first used them is just how easy they were. You simply, take them out of the box, you screw in the aerials, put your batteries on, turn on one unit, turn on the other. They boot up fairly quickly. You've got OLED screens on them, which are absolutely brilliant. But they automatically scan for the best channels, so you don't need to, worry about, inputting, channels and scanning to get the right frequency. They automatically just find each other, which is absolutely brilliant. Now, who are these things for? Well, obviously, directors, these are great. They can stand there with their monitor, like I'll demonstrate in a bit. I've got my small HD monitor. I can attach one to the side and I can basically stand there and see exactly what is going into the camera. So great for film use, indie film use, things like that. But for me, where these are going to come in handy for me is at weddings. Now you're probably wondering why would you want to do that at weddings? Well, I'm a solo shooter. I shoot majority of my weddings solo. So what I like to do is when I'm using my multiple camera setups, I'll have my Canon C200 and I'll also have my Blackmagic Pocket 6K. So what I like to do is I will use a main camera, say like my Pocket 6K, which has got no autofocus, so I'll use that handheld, and I'll go around. But my C200, this is where it comes in really good. I can mount my C200 on my Ronin, and I can then monitor the C200 through the Hollyland wireless transmitters. So when I've got one camera that's that I'm walking around using, if I want to change anything on the C200, which I'm filming with now, all I need to do is grab hold of my monitor. I can actually see exactly what's going on. I'll have my phone attached next to this, so I can actually move the gimbal. And I can also control my C200 remotely as well, so I can change focus. I can zoom in and out if you had a powered lens. So you can actually control your whole, you can direct a camera yourself from afar. So I would maybe have that camera set up at the back of a church, or at the back during speeches, and all I need to do is just pull out my my wireless transmitters here, connect them all up, and instantly I can see exactly what's going on. I can reframe, I can start and stop record. It's just absolutely great for wedding filmmakers. And as far as I know, I don't know anyone that's actually doing it yet. I have tried it out, not at a wedding, but I have done the setup, and it does work perfectly. So let's go over a few of the features of the Mars 400S. As I said earlier on, 400 feet range. I have managed to get it a little bit further, but yeah, 400 feet is about the limit. They are a solid metal construction. I mean, they're not heavy. I mean, the battery probably weighs about 4 times what the actual units weigh. But they are made of metal, and they feel, really pretty solid in the hand. They're not made of cheap, flimsy plastic that's going to break. I mean, these things, I would imagine, would end up lasting quite a while if looked after. They do have cooling fans built into them. You can see on top there. I'll maybe do a close up here a little bit later on. No, it's not focusing. Yeah, it's got small little fans built in there. They're not particularly loud. If I turn this on and put it right up next to my microphone, you'll see that is really close. It's not really picking up too badly. So obviously they are self-cooling, so they're not gonna let you down on a hot day. Input wise is great, because obviously a lot of people that are using cameras like the Sony A7 III, which I use quite often, only have HDMI output, so you can HDMI in and out on there. But if you've got some more professional cameras like the C200, you have actually got an SDI out as well, or SDI in and out. Which can come in handy if you want to use multiple inputs and outputs at the same time. You have a very convenient low battery warning indicator, which will come up on both of the screens, and also on your monitor and on the app. So let's now talk about the Hollyland app. I connected it up earlier on just as a little test, and it worked perfectly. I'll give a demonstration of that shortly. I did read online loads of people having troubles with Android trying to get the app to work, but I didn't have any problems whatsoever. I've got a Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Samsung, and it connected first time. The only thing that I did get stuck on, which wasn't in the instructions, is when you connect to the Wi-Fi network, you need to put in a password, which I don't think you do on the Apple iPhones. Couldn't find the password anywhere, so I just typed in 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, push enter, and it connected. So but the great thing about the app, right, is you can actually connect up 4 different devices to one transmitter. So you could have 4 iPads or 2 iPads and 2 Android units, give them to individual people, and they can stand there and look on the screen and see exactly what's being filmed. And you can actually take screenshots. You can draw on the screens, to make notes and stuff. It's an absolutely brilliant app, and I think for the price point, I don't think that you're going to get anything better than these. So I think what we'll do is we'll do a little setup. So I'll give you a quick demonstration to show you how these work. So you've got the boot up screen there, Hollyland for a better view. Haha. So let me just have a look. So at the moment it's saying no video, no video. Let me just give it a few minutes just to catch up with itself. So so I've just booted up both of the units, and I've got it connected into my small HD OLED monitor here. So this is a live feed coming straight from you, from my C200. So let's do a quick latency test. If I can just get that to focus on there. You see, there is a little bit of lag, but this lag will not get any worse when you're 400 feet out. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, let's have a quick walk around the room. I can sort of like, you know, see myself on here. I've got all of my overlaid, stuff, so I can see that comes direct off the C200. I can see how much time I've got left, and see what, you know, all the general overlays that you usually get. But yeah, this is really, really cool. I love it, absolutely love it. Obviously, so you've got mounting options. So you've got one hot shoe adapter that comes with it, so you can, you know, add it onto the side of this, or you stick it on the side of the camera. I mean, if I get my Blackmagic Pocket 6K out, you can mount it on there. You can mount it onto a light stand, or just hand hold it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's nice, small and compact, and it does the job. So I think we'll have a look at the app next. So as I said before, the Mars 400S actually comes with a brilliant app. So when you first open up the app, you can swipe across all the different models that they do. So I've got to the Mars 400S. I push connect, and it will basically ask you to scan the QR code, which is on the back of this one here that's coming out the camera. So I'll scan that code. You see how quickly it scans. It's pretty good. And then it will come up with available networks. So I will select the correct network, checking the quality of your internet connection. So yeah, it takes maybe 10 seconds or so to connect, and that is connected. So now I have monitor, and on my phone as well. See, the latency is the same on both, near enough. Obviously this is coming through Wi-Fi, and you know, looking at it, the picture quality is actually really, really good. It transmits in 1080p 60 is the most it will do, but for monitoring you don't really need any more than that. So let's have a look at some of the things that we can do on the app. Okay, now this is actually a new version of the app. The older version was very, very basic, but this is a new version where if you tap single one time on the screen, it brings up a load of things down the bottom. So you've got you can have waveform monitor, a waveform monitor built in. I mean, that's absolutely brilliant. Histogram. You've got focus peaking, zebra, your framing, your magnifier, your false color, your monocolor. You can even input your own 3D LUT. We'll go through that in a little while. I'll do some close-ups so you can actually see what's going on the app. But I mean, that is just, for me, that's the icing on the cake. You know, being able to, you know, if you haven't got a monitor, or you know, you don't ever need a monitor, but you think to yourself, I could really do with one, you know, to use with this. You don't actually need to go out and buy one. You can, you know, go and use one of your mobile phones. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. I mean, what can I say? I absolutely love this system. I mean, it's strong, it's handy, it's reliable, and it does the job. One thing that I really do want to test this out with is I want to try and do some remote recording of wildlife. I think these will be absolutely brilliant. You know, if you're trying to you know, film an animal that's very, very shy, like I've got some really nice barn owls living close to where I am. They're very, very shy of humans. You can set up your camera, and then you can retrieve 400 odd feet, and you can sit there, you know, in a hide or in a bush, whatever you want to do, and you know, press record, start monitor exactly what's going on. So I think for not just for the normal indie filmmakers documentaries. I think that this unit will actually appeal to wedding videographers like myself, wildlife photographers, or to anyone that really wants to remotely monitor something in high definition. So I'm going to say, thanks again to Daniel from Hollyland for sending these over to me, and also for sending me the masks. You could have potentially saved my life, because I have actually been wearing them when I've been out and about on a daily basis. So thanks ever so much, Daniel. Take care, and I'll be doing some more reviews of the Hollyland in the future.